Hi, I'm Megan Watts, and I'm the Monmouth County Teacher of the Year. I teach Math 8 and Algebra 1 at the middle school level. The lesson featured in this video is from my in-class support Math 8 classroom, which I teach alongside my co-teacher. The students in this class have a wide range of strengths and learning needs, including students with IEPs, 504 plans, and students receiving RTI support. In our classroom, learning looks different for every student, and we work to create an environment where all students feel supported, challenged, and successful in their own way. Prior to this lesson, students learned about different types of transformations on the coordinate plane, including reflections, rotations, and translations. At the start of this lesson, students review these concepts through whole group instruction and guided practice. Students then transition into collaborative groups where they analyze familiar logos to identify the transformations that occurred. During this time, my co-teacher and I circulate throughout the room to provide support, ask questions, and extend student thinking as needed. This lesson serves as both a review and a deeper application of previously learned concepts. Immediately following this lesson, students will apply their understanding by creating their own logos on the coordinate plane and performing transformations on their designs. The objectives of this lesson are for students to identify and perform transformations on the coordinate plane, create an image from a pre-image given a specific transformation, and apply their understanding of transformations to design and transform an original logo. At the beginning of this lesson, students participated in a movement-based warm-up where they physically rotated their bodies based on transformation prompts. In reflecting on this lesson, I would have transitioned directly from this activity into the guided practice on rotations rather than reviewing translations and reflections first. Since students were already actively engaged in thinking about rotations, making that immediate connection would have strengthened the flow of the lesson and allowed students to build more naturally on their understanding before revisiting the other transformations. What type of transformation could you say occurred within the logo? A reflection, a rotation, or a translation? With mine right here, with this McDonald's one. Is it turned at all? No. Earl? It's a reflection. It's a reflection over which axis would it be? The y-axis, right? It is symmetrical on both sides. So you could say, the McDonald's logo, if you had half of it, it is a reflection on itself because it is symmetric on both sides. Okay? So you are going to work with your table. Look at all the different types of logos and pictures.
So for this one, if we were writing on the worksheet, it says, what transformation do you see? We would say, we see a reflection. Then it would say, explain. We would say, the reflection happened over the y-axis. Right? Okay. The M, half of the M is reflected over the y-axis. So that's your explanation. So what transformation and how do you know what happened is your explanation. Work together.
Okay. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Talk about it.
The reflection happened over the y-axis.
Work together. Come on, Nick. Where's your worksheet?
Thank you. You think it's a translation? Which part of it's a translation?
It's sliding.
The X is sliding, so translation because
She is so right. How do I know?
the X in Exxon, right?
Yeah.
What did it do?
I
Slid.
think this one is a reflection. No, the rotation.
Very good.
This is supposed to be like this.
Right, if you rotate it,
Because it
looks the same.
Jupiter. It's reflecting.
reflection, yeah, sorry.
A reflection based on the way
It could be.
But if I were to go this way, onto the x-axis, right. So it only would work over the y.
If you look, if it slides,
But
so it's like
anytime I turn it, however many rotations, it's still right. So even if I rotate 180, if I only go 90,
Wait,
it is still.
hold on. So for the third one, you said it's a reflection. It could be a reflection. That's one of them. You're not wrong. It also could be a
Rotation?
It could be a rotation as well, right? If you were to rotate it, would you get the same image just somewhere else? Like if you took it? Yes. I would take either. Either of them are acceptable. Yes, dear. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Jordan.
I was doing the Excel last night.
Yes.
And what I did was, when it said 180, I would just go 1, 2. Would that work?
Mm-hmm.
I can do that instead of like flipping my paper, right?
You can, but you just have to be mindful that it's going to be facing the correct direction. But yes, every time you rotate it, it's going to jump a quadrant. So like if you had this and it jumped 270, it'd go 1, 2, 3, and it'd end up here.
But how do we get this though?
That's why, like here, 180, 1, 2. It's going to end up here. You could say, well, this ordered pair is -4, -2. You can memorize. There's a rule that states when you have a 180-degree rotation, you take the coordinates and you take the opposite of both of them. So -4, -2 becomes positive, positive. -4, -3 becomes 4, 3. Like
Would this ever change to 2, 4? It couldn't change.
it depends. Not on 180, but if it was a 90 or a 270, then the rules change. And we could go through them during WIN if you want to memorize the rules. Yeah, and that's easier for you.
So it's going to be the same. If I rotate
This is
270, that is definitely a rotation. Any of your stuff on?
Which one? This one? A reflection? Okay, if
No,
it's,
because it's opposite. I think it's reflection.
it did slide, but do you see how it's not this facing the same way? That's why it can't be. It could be a double transformation, but if it was a translation and then something else, but what would the
So,
main one be?
Reflection.
A reflection would probably make the most sense. Beyond my classroom walls, I strive to create opportunities for students to build confidence, connection, and community through extracurricular involvement and service. As co-advisor for my math club, I help students extend their love of mathematics beyond the classroom by preparing for local competitions and collaborating with peers who share similar interests. These experiences allow students to challenge themselves academically while building teamwork and confidence. I also co-advise Future Teachers of America, where students work directly with our elementary schools and classrooms. Through these experiences, students learn importance of leadership, service, and giving back while gaining firsthand experience working with younger students and educators. In addition, I serve as advisor for student council and the dance team. And throughout student council, students participate in service projects and fundraisers that directly support our local community, including our annual food drive benefiting Manalapan's Turkey Time organization, which provides Thanksgiving meals to families in need throughout New Jersey. Students also organize initiatives such as our post-Halloween candy collection for the Holiday Express, helping bring joy to individuals and families during the holiday season. Across all of these roles, my goal is to help students feel connected, not only to school, but to one another and to the larger community around them.